Okay, so I got a question from a viewer asking if I train daily, and the answer is yes. I train daily and I run daily. And I want to turn that question around and ask you, should you train daily? And to be honest, no, you don't have to train daily, right? I train daily because I love training. Like a day not training is a day not living for me. So for me, it's the highlight of the day. If I train, I feel good. So I want to train every day, right? And also it gives me the advantage that I'm always, closely attached to how my body is feeling. I always know how my body is feeling. I always or almost always know what to do if I'm feeling tired. So for me, that close relationship to my body is very important. But you don't have to train every day, right? You can train in so many different ways, and some people like to train harder in one training and take a couple rest days. In fact, it's more time efficient and it's probably going to give you the same amount of results. So, I'm spending a lot of time training because I love doing it. But if you want to make gains, spending less time, that's entirely possible. I would say, like, even if you train really, really hard, right? And I would not recommend it necessarily, but if you train super hard, right? You can train once every 2 weeks and probably still make gains. I mean, Tom Platz, the famous bodybuilder, was one of those guys. He trained legs every 2 weeks because he just went so hard that is what it took to recover from the workout. And he made great gains, right? You've seen his legs. He's insane. So you don't need this high of a training frequency. Although I guess one of the other advantages is for skill training, the more frequency you have, the faster you can learn a movement pattern. So you have Grease the Groove, which is like the other extreme, where you do multiple tiny trainings in a day, right? You do all these single sets, sub-maximum intensity throughout the day, and it allows you to learn a movement pattern faster than any other training. So I would just say play around with the training frequency, see what works for you. If you're a beginner, I'd probably say like 2 or 3 times a week is a general good way to start, like one training day, 2 rest days, and then another training day. And you'll probably like notice, oh, I'm training once every 3 days, but I want to do some more training, or it's a bit too much, I have to tone it down. You will naturally see for yourself what works. So, all right, I'm gonna do a quick warm-up set here and explain what I'm gonna do for today's training. All right. I'm gonna do pull-ups first of all. Front lever pull-ups, they feel a bit rusty here in the warm-up, so we'll see how it goes. But in general, 5 sets of 11 is what I've been doing lately, and I've been trying to up the difficulty bit by bit. So that's what I'll be doing today as well. For me, like this way of keeping the same volume, like a good amount of volume, and trying to up the difficulty has really been working for these front lever pull-ups. So, if you've been struggling with your front lever pull-ups or whatever skill, right, whatever goal of strength you want to achieve, maybe that's something you can try, right? The same volume, but, adjusting the intensity of your exercise bit by bit. So, yeah, let's go. 5 sets. All right, bad first sets. Let's get in the zone and improve the line of the next one. Alrighty, last sit. Today is going very difficult. All right. I guess those days happen as well, right? Whew, not feeling it today, but still 5 sets of 11. Now let's move on to some presses and holds. All right, shirt off because things are about to get heated. I'll explain what I'm doing after the set. All right. Whew. That's how you get a pump in 45 seconds. Let me turn off the music. All right, so this was a 45-second hold with some band assistance. And as you might know, my goal for the front lever is 45 seconds hold without assistance, of course. But to reach your goals, right, you have to tailor your training to be as specific as possible towards your goal. So for me, the hold is what's important. So what I have to do is lots of holds, and whether it's like long holds in one set or a lot of holds over, spread over multiple sets, accumulating volume, doing heavier holds, right? I have to hold the front lever, and for me, I can hold the front lever, right? I can hold it with weight as well, but as soon as the set becomes longer, 30 seconds and over, I start to struggle. Now, of course, that's not good because I want 45 seconds. So what I will try to do, and this is an idea from a friend of mine, which I trained with him on Sunday, as you might have seen. He told me why don't you just do assisted front levers or one-legged front levers for 45 seconds if that's what you struggle with. So that's what I'm gonna try out at the moment. And if you are struggling to reach your goal, you keep training, but you don't see a lot of progress. It's good to play around with different parameters, right? I've been playing around with weighted holds, with front lever pull-ups. I haven't been playing around a lot yet with just sub-maximal sets, low intensity sets for longer periods of time. I have done high intensity sets for a longer period of time, but multiple sets at the lower intensity, I haven't tried yet. So just playing around with different things and see what sticks, throw stuff at the wall. If it sticks, it's good. And someday it might come off the wall. You might need something different, but for now, just experiment and see what works for you. So I'm gonna try and do, I want to say 2 more sets, but actually, like with this assistance, even 45 seconds is quite difficult already. So at least 1 more set, but after that, we will see how it goes. Alrighty. Alright, and about right here is the perfect place to end the workout. You know, pump the shit. Yeah, buddy! Alright, pump the shit. I could do one more set, I believe, of those 45 seconds hold assisted. However, I'm gonna save myself a bit because I feel like, you know, today I felt very weak. And I blame actually the lack of front lever volume. You know, last Sunday, I was training with my buddy. He had a muscle up bar, so instead of, you know, more front lever, I did some muscle ups as well, which was very fun. No regrets at all, don't get me wrong, but, you know, a lack of front lever volume, you know, today I was feeling a bit rusty. So I'm gonna end it early here, you know, not go to my max so that I can recover quickly. And also, next time, instead of doing impossible dips, you know, more tricep focused workouts again, I think I'm just gonna do pull-ups because I'm gonna recover quite quickly from this workout. I might as well take advantage of that, get back into shape the next workout with some extra front lever volume. You know, if I wanna do the front lever hold, like for you guys, if you're working on endurance, right? Not only front lever, but any skill, you're aiming for longer holds, longer sits, like endurance-based stuff. You need volume, you know. The amount of time that you can be under tension in one set is very important, of course, but you're not going to be able to get stronger at that if you don't, or if you don't have the capability, you know, the workload of being able to do a lot of volume in total. So to build endurance, you need a lot of total volume as well. You know, under multiple sets, you know, aim for holds and holds and holds more than last time, basically. And that's what I'm trying to do. So, yep, that's it for today's workout. Very happy with how it went. You know, pumped the shit, felt some good front lever. What's not to love, right? I mean, this is the exact reason I train every day, is because I just love the feeling of having worked out. If I do it in the morning, my entire day has already, you know, improved. And if I do it in the evening, well, I was a bit negative about evening training last week because I felt like shit. But, you know, at the same time, if you train in the evening, you have something to look forward to the entire day. So, again, if you just train, there is nothing to lose. That's my opinion. That's why I train every day. But you don't need to train every day, right? You can make progress, you know, training twice a week, 3 times a week. Well, basically anything from 1 to 7 days a week, or even lower if you want to. You're gonna make gains as long as you train hard and aim for PRs. So that's it. Tomorrow is gonna be a leg day, and I'll see you then.